feel like it's darker than usual in here. I don't know. It's good enough. Schmear. Now we're rolling, rocking and rolling. I think. There we go. I'm happy with it. I'm happy-ish. All right, let's see where we're starting. Nothing like the first cup of coffee. Nothing. It's the best thing. It's the best thing. Woo. Hopefully the emails come through just in time. I'm relatively confident I will see it on my side. I don't know. We'll see. It's always a guess. Oh, yeah. Boom, right on time I got it. So if I got it, that means you should have got it. Hello, welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. Oh. Yep. Hot dog, it worked. That was like an auto feature. I set it up. Well, I didn't. We set it up to go out naturally. Hello, welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. Driving, okay, just listening, that's good enough. Hello, Dennis, good morning. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. I make mead every single week, every single Saturday. I come out with a brand new batch of mead. Yesterday, as my, this is really cool. I'm really excited about this one. Hybrid, it's a tea, a wine, a mead hybrid. This is my Earl Grey grape mead that I made inspired by Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek. It's in my pop culture series. A lot of fun with this one. Delicious mead. Incredibly easy to make it yourself. Go back and watch the videos, please. Like it, comment on it. Tell me what you think. Also, you can sign up. The recipe's free in the description. I should stop there. The recipe is free in the description. You can make it yourself. You see exactly how I make it in the video. Or sign up for my free weekly newsletter. My newsletter just went out at the beginning of this live. Thank you. And the recipe is also in there. So you can get a free weekly newsletter every single week. I promise it's just like a Google Drive. I don't solicit your information. I just send out free newsletters. My goal here is to show the simplicity of mead making and to grow the community in this ancient and awesome hobby and community. So all of my recipes are free for that reason. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. In addition to that, every single Wednesday, I go live to show you a different step of the mead making process live. Last Wednesday was a lot of fun. We bottled some mead. No, we what did we do last Wednesday? I don't even remember. This coming Wednesday, we're going to be racking some mead. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm pulling it up now. Hello, welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. Captain Picard mead, yeah, you can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with it. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. You've got the coolest last name in the chat, definitely. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. Like I said, I make mead every single week, every single Saturday. I come out with a brand new batch. I don't replicate recipes, and I don't miss Saturdays. Every single one is an experiment and brand new to me. If you don't know, mead is the oldest alcoholic beverage in the world, independently discovered by many different countries and cultures. The oldest evidence was actually just uncovered this year from an article that came out from some archaeologists in the southern Africa region, over 20,000 years old. There's evidence of mead over 20,000 years old. It's hard to even understand something that's that old. Before that, there's evidence in China about 10,000 years old. There's evidence in Central America, and of course, Northern Europe, where the Vikings traded it, made it super famous, did it better than everybody else. But what that means is, regardless of who you are or where you're from, somewhere down your lineage, your ancestors drank mead. And I think that's awesome. I show you exactly how I make it every single week in the most simplistic fashion I can. All of my recipes are 100% free. All you have to do is give me a follow, buy your own equipment, and make it yourself. You can be the coolest person in your friend group, and possibly coolest person in this community in general. If you work really hard, you can get there. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. I do that every single week. This coming Saturday is actually my Thanksgiving mead. It's a couple days after Thanksgiving. Maybe a little like leftover hint. I don't know. If you check out my newsletter, it's in there. And I will put out a full agenda this coming, tomorrow, Monday. And then I'll be live again right here, right where you are, 9 p.m. at nighttime, Wednesday night. I go live every single Wednesday to show you one of 3 major steps of my mead making process live. The whole process, if you cut it up and you take the time that it has to sit out, is less than 30 minutes. You can make mead with 30 minutes or less worth of work. You can have your own alcohol at home. Mead is made in a very similar fashion as wine, except we use honey for the fermentation process instead of grapes. The actual definition has to be 51% sugar source from honey for the yeast, and 49% of anything else. So it has to be 51% or more. But as you see the few bottles in front of you and the many that I've done, batch 143 came out yesterday. Every combination in between exists. Welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. And I make lots of stuff. All of my stuff comes in one of 3 categories right now. I'm either making my pop culture batches, which I'm having a lot of fun with. That was yesterday's mead. This is inspired by Captain Jean-Luc Picard from the Starship Enterprise from the Next Generation Star Trek. I had a lot of fun with it. A fan, and yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. Or I'm making holiday meads like this coming Saturday. I started that with my New Year's mead this year. Had a lot of fun. Hello again. And quickly moved on to all of the other holidays. I did St. Patrick's Day, Valentine's Day, Easter, Cinco de Mayo, Labor Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, July 4th. I'm sure I'm missing some. Leif Erikson Day. I'm sure I'm missing some in between. But yeah, lots of holiday meads. This coming Saturday is your Thanksgiving mead. And then I've got lots of awesome ones through December. I'm going to actually have 3 weeks in a row of holiday meads. We're going to do a Yule mead. We're going to do a Christmas mead. And then we're going to do a New Year's mead. So stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun. Or my third and final batch, I make meads inspired by the Norse gods and goddesses. Having a lot of fun with that series. If you missed it, the last one, I believe, was the goddess Hel. So I did a peach and plum mead that came out fantastic. All you got to do is go back and watch it. You can replicate it yourself. Hello, welcome to the Old Gods Meadery. Thank you. And good morning. Happy Wednesday. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. I will be here. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll put a couple reminder videos out on Wednesday with a little tease of what we're going to do. But I'm going to be racking mead, so I'm going to be transferring it from my first primary 2-gallon fermenting bucket to my 1-gallon glass carboy. So the whole process is very, very simplistic. I start everything in a 2-gallon fermenting bucket. Everything goes in there, ingredients, including the yeast. It gets sealed up. The yeast will immediately start replicating and eating the sugars inside the honey and other ingredients that could possibly be in there. Over time, it produces 2 things, carbon dioxide, which leaks out my airlock, and alcohol, which stays in the bucket. After a few weeks of fermentation, the yeast will hit either one of 2 things. It'll consume all the sugars, or it'll hit its alcohol tolerance, which means the alcohol level is so high it can no longer reproduce. At that point, I will transfer it over into my 1-gallon glass carboy, where it will sit. That basically separates a vast majority of the sediment and other things that could be in there. And there it sits in a cool, dark place for a few months as everything continues to settle and clarify. And then step 3 is bottling it. And then we taste it and have fun all on camera. Those are always done on Wednesday evenings, live. The Boston Cream Mead is in progress. It's not looking great, but it's in progress. Welcome to the Old God's Meadery. Mr. Dennis, I did switch up the newsletter, so when you get a chance today, check it out from your suggestion. Hopefully that's closer to what you were imagining, and I appreciate the feedback. So now it has a difference column. And it's pretty. I like it. I'm pretty excited with it. Hello! Oh, if you're just jumped in and you don't know what I'm talking about, I have a free weekly newsletter. Jump in to my profile up top. I have a link tree. The very top thing on there is sign up for the free weekly newsletter. Just submit your email, and I will send it to you every single Sunday morning. If you're just signing up today or tomorrow, I will send you issue 3 again later in the week. That way you don't miss it. And then going forward, you will receive the auto email every single Sunday. Have you ever tried making mead with Capri Sun? No. That's a good idea, though. That's a good idea. My worry would be that there is a lot of probably unnatural sugars in there. And what yeast does at its very basic form is it eats sugars and leaves everything that's not sugar there. So if you imagine something tasting sweet, but you took the sweetness out, what would it still taste like? A chocolate is a really good example of that. If you've ever had like unsweetened chocolate, that's kind of what yeast does in the process. It takes away the sweetness. So if you take something like a high fructose corn syrup and take the sweetness out of it, it tastes like plastic. It tastes like chemicals. So that would be my worry with that one. But you never know. There's only one way to find out. Well, I appreciate you being here. Don't get like a write-up or anything on my behalf. I don't want that to happen. Mead is incredibly easy to make. Send Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. So if you, you'd have to jump to my TikTok side. I have a pin post on TikTok for my pop culture batches. If you give a good suggestion like that one in those comments, I will, I make meads out of that comment list. So like this Captain Picard mead came from a friend, Scott, that commented on that post. Who knows? Maybe a Robin Hood mead would be in the future. And I'll ship you a bottle of it. It's all done. Meadvember. I can't believe that like Thanksgiving is this week. So hopefully everybody has a shorter work week. And get some time with their friends and loved ones. Don't talk politics. Don't do it. Or do it. If you want to antagonize, you can do it. But get ready to have some fun. It's a lighter schedule for me this week, so I'll be putting out the same content as always, including your Thanksgiving mead coming out this Saturday. If mead's giving you a crazy hangover, you're probably drinking on the sweeter side. I prefer drier meads. Sugar is typically what gives you that headache in the next day. But you can make mead in drier fashion. I do it all the time. And that will probably solve that hangover problem. No politics, no religion. But yeah, Wednesdays are always a lot of fun. It's 9 p.m. when I get started. I will be on at least 15 minutes before. I try to get on about 30 minutes before. Having a cocktail. This week in particular will probably be that because, you know, the next day is Thanksgiving. So it should be a lot of fun. Put your pajamas on or not. You don't have to wear pants. I won't know if you do or not. Get a drink ready and it'll be a lot of fun. I did do a Star Wars mead. I was going to say, I think I have it with me, but I don't. It was my Blackberry Galaxy mead, inspired by Star Wars. And it was beautiful. If you could go back to that video, it's in my pop culture playlists. It's a lot of fun. No, that falls under politics talk. You're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to do it. All I know is one thing we all have in common, regardless of your politics, gender, or religion, is your ancestors drank mead. And I think that's pretty awesome. Good morning. Happy Sunday. YouTube always makes me giggle. Always. I'm enjoying some black coffee this morning. Getting ready for the day. Should be a good day. I've got some videos to record in the background. Probably some football watching time later today. And then, yeah, we'll get ready to knock out the condensed week and celebrate an awesome holiday. It is coffee, but it's kind of funny you mention that. I have a rule where, like, I've been day drinking with my buddies maybe once a year or something. I only drink before noon 3 times a year. And it's the 3 holidays where everything's closed. Thanksgiving, Easter, and Christmas Day. Because I like to enjoy, tradition-wise, I like to enjoy an Irish coffee for breakfast. So I will be doing that again this Thursday. Maybe I'll make a quick video because I like to make my own whipped cream. It's stupid easy, so why not? I enjoy doing it because then I feel like I earned it after I'm drinking it. Yeah, it used to be too because I forgot about Thanksgiving. I used to say Easter and Christmas. But if we have more federal holidays where everything closes, it'll grow to 4. But right now it's 3. Tattoo? Tattoos are for criminals. But no, my tattoo is just Norse. It's just Nordic runes. Hello. Welcome to the Old God's Meadery. It's been a lot of fun already this morning, which is a good sign for the rest of the day. Let's see here. Except, my computer's not cooperating. That's okay. We don't need it. I am, on the very beginning stages of switching up. This would be a good time to talk about it. Switching up, my categories. Right now, I'm making mead for Norse gods and goddesses. I'm making holiday meads. And I'm making pop culture meads. I am obviously well into the future behind the scenes on these meads, and I am hitting the point where I'm probably going to be switching up categories, maybe mid next year. If you guys have any good suggestions, now's your time. Anything themed that you think I could make a lot of meads about, I'm listening. Good morning, Evan. I added a syllable in there. Hello. Turns out sparkling water? That did you put yeast in it? Because that shouldn't happen. Yeah, I'm looking for categories. If you have any great suggestions. Hello, welcome. Every single Saturday, brand new batch of mead. Yesterday's was this Earl Grey grape mead. So it is a tea, wine, mead hybrid. And I had a lot of fun making it. It's absolutely delicious. Check out the video. It came out yesterday. Comment on it. Mead is made in a similar fashion as wine, except we use we use honey for the fermentation process instead of grapes or other fruits. But every combination is in between. As long as it's 51% or more, by definition, nobody checks your stuff though. So make whatever makes you happy. Who cares? Hola, Mr. Bourbonberry. Hello. Good to see you. Would lemonade mead be to any good? So this coming Wednesday, I will be racking a cherry limeade mead live. So yes, it is possible. I've made lots of stuff lemon wise and lime wise before. Um, but yeah, you'll see the cherry lime live this Wednesday. I very typically use 3 pounds of honey per gallon. So if you're making 5, 15. The equipment you need to start making mead is relatively cheap. You can get a 1 gallon kit for under $50. Don't spend any more than that, because if you do, they're ripping you off and selling you stuff you don't need. Or you can shoot me a direct message. I'll tell you exactly what you need. You can probably do it for a little bit less than $50. And then that equipment is reusable over and over again. I still use my original 2 buckets. I have had to replace the lids because they've warped over time. But you're talking about stuff that's been, so I bought in 2016. So it's been close to 9 years. But the equipment you can reuse over and over again. So that's really a one-time purchase. The biggest expense beyond that is honey. Honey is very expensive. But if you break down per bottle, if just a traditional mead like this one, which is just honey, it's probably, including the bottle and the cork and everything, a couple bucks per bottle worth of cost. So if you break it down like that, you're saving a lot of money making it yourself anyway. Hello. Yeah, if it's less than 51%, it's considered a wine. So if you did a hybrid like that, if you were to take this to a mead snob, they would test it and say that's actually a wine, not a mead. Whatever makes you feel better, Mr. Wine Snob. But yeah, make what makes you happy. You can use the exact same methods I'm using, and instead of honey, you use like just fruits or something, and you can make a badass wine out of it too. So you can do it the exact same way. I cannot sell it yet. We're still a long ways away from that. I wish, though. Hopefully. Becoming more focused and more streamlined. So who knows? Maybe we'll start accelerating. So honey choice is very subjective. Lots of people prefer certain honeys. I actually just use wildflower, which means the bees that pollinate are free. They go anywhere. There are bees, or there are places where they harvest honey in certain like vineyards. Orange blossom is a very big one, so they'll have like orange trees where the bees feed off of those flowers. So you'll have an orange blossom honey. That's one of the big ones. But there's lots of varieties. I would tell you that if you're making mead, especially from a beginner level, buy what's economically smart for you. Because the more specific the honey gets, the more expensive it gets as well. I use a wildflower honey. So I buy my honey in bulk from Texas. And because bees are alive year round there, and so it's super consistent honey. All of my mead recipes are relatively the same base recipe. I just add stuff in on top of that. So I like to control the variables. So the water, the honey, and the yeast are always the same. Unless I'm substituting, like this one has no water in it. This is apple juice. The one that grape juice that we did yesterday. I'm a fan of Desert Creek, is with a company that I buy my honey from. They also have phenomenal customer service, and you have a company that you work with for a long period of time, and their customer service is fantastic. That's why you stay with them. But if you could buy local honey, like local honey will make your mead like more special. And it'll feel more special. You'll be able to talk about it. If you could do that, Try that. Got the newsletters going. Awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you. It is evolving. Like I said, Dennis gave me some direct feedback last week, so I altered it a little bit based off of that. But feel free. Tell me what you think for real about it. And hopefully it'll evolve into something really awesome. So there are people out there that will tell you that the flavors will change. I'm not one of those. Like, I don't have a really delicate palate. I prefer dry stuff. Sweet stuff will give me a headache. I like it, but it'll give me a headache. So I make like dry stuff. Outside of that, I'm not super particular. I've made, when I first started off, I was trying different honeys, and to be honest with you, I couldn't tell massive differences between one or the others. And even if I could tell a difference, I couldn't tell you if it was that honey or not that made the difference, just because there's other variables that could have done it. So I would say buy what's economically smart. The best route you could take, buy local honey. That is by far the most expensive route you can take, though. There's some really awesome creators that make honey off of Costco honey. So the only thing I would warn you, and this is incredibly rare, honey is not regulated the same overseas, especially on the Pacific side. So coming from Asia, where there are other things that can be added into it, and that doesn't have to be on the labels, so they can like back sweeten their honey. So be careful like that, because it'll still ferment, but you may get something unnatural there. Yeah, I haven't noticed huge differences either. But there's like Scott. Scott, well, he could taste it and tell you what kind of honey it is. So there are people out there that can tell. I'm not one of those guys, though. Oh, I mean, yeah, Tasmania, Australia. That's amazing. That is amazing. Probably a lot, not just honey. Probably better at a lot of things. Not bashing the good old USA. I'm a patriot. If I didn't hate flying airplanes so much, I would love to go to Australia one day. Floor corkers are for sissies. I said it. I said it. Royal Manor Meadery. Where is that? Awesome. I appreciate it. Could always sail that. I think that'd be worse. Speaking of that, Dennis, who's here on the TikTok side in the comments, just put an awesome bottling video out yesterday. Some beautiful looking meads. And you get to see his manly forearms in it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the old God's Mead here. We're just goofing off, drinking some coffee, talking about mead. Yesterday, Earl Grey grape mead. I have like messed up saying that 100 times. When I was recording the video, like the promo video to talk about it, I had to record it like 15 times. Earl Grey grape mead. It is a tea wine mead hybrid. I got it down pat now. I was literally trying to prove to you that I mess it up every time, and then of course I got it. But there's Scott. I was just talking about you, Scott. About how your palate is far more professional than some of us. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, this one is Scott's made. I'll be shipping a bottle of this to him hopefully tomorrow, if not early this week. And hopefully Scott will make some time to do a review video for it. Inspired by Captain Jean-Luc Picard from the Starship Enterprise from Star Trek The Next Generation. Hello, hello, hello. I made a joke in that video about Counselor Troy in season 1 where she's wearing the short skirt, the short dress. And somebody corrected me in the comments. We're like, you should be talking about 7 and 9. And I'm like, true that. You're right. I aged myself there. I aged myself. That was really nerdy. That was really nerdy segment. We're done. They have changed the format of the TikTok desktop, and I don't like it. I just realized it this morning when I signed it. Hello. There's only 2 ways currently to get samples, and that's both of them are on the TikTok side. I'm sorry. The biggest reason behind that, there's no direct messaging on YouTube, so it's harder to communicate. But I'm working it out. I have some stuff that I'm kind of planning that I got to get like figured out on the YouTube side. It'll likely be like an email based like thing, but we'll see. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This coming Saturday, your Thanksgiving mead. I can't wait to show you. Very simplistic, very simplistic. I wanted to make something that was holiday related, but still very, very easy to do. So stay tuned. Your holiday Thanksgiving mead is coming this Saturday. And it's going to be awesome. And then I'll give you a little glimpse of the upcoming. After that, I'm going back to the Norse Gods and Gods series, so this one will be a popular one, so stay tuned. This coming Saturday, Thanksgiving. Saturday after that, a Norse batch. And then guess what? We're in December, guys. We're in December. So, I'm going to be showing you my Yule mead. I'm going to be showing you my Christmas mead. And then I'm going to show you my New Year's mead. Back to back to back holiday meads. And then we're going to hit next year running hard with a really awesome pop culture batch. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to follow, like, just, subscribe, share, comment, all the routine stuff. Those likes really help the videos out, especially if you see them early in their posting. It helps get into the algorithm. So, not just me, but especially me. If you are on the YouTube Shorts or you're on the TikTok side, and you see a creator that you like, the like button takes literally no effort at all. Hit the like button. It really helps everybody out. If you look at the analytics behind the scenes, there's lots of people that actually interact with your stuff and don't like it. And it just takes one little push. Just push it. It really helps the creators out more than you know. So make sure and like everything that you see from me. But if you see other people that you like, hit likes there too. YouTuber. That's dangerous, Dennis, to start a conversation over there. It's dangerous. Yeah, I mean, I put stuff out with many hours in between for that purpose, but yeah, if you go back and you just watch my channel and hit likes, that a lot of that stuff out of the algorithm anyway, so. Newsletter issue number 3 came out as I was starting this morning. So I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited. If you don't know, free newsletter. I send it out every single Sunday. It has the recipe from this one, the previous Saturday, every single week. A little snippet of what's coming up. And then for transparency purposes, all of my stats that I'm tracking from YouTube and TikTok. So you can see my growth and my growth pains. Where my frustrations are. And I'm hoping that will lead to just better transparency, better communication. Usually is when you don't know what else to do, that's usually the best thing you can do. So that's why that's there. Yeah, but nobody responded. But nobody responded. Hello. It is pretty though. I like it. I like it so far. If you don't know, it's right there. I'll show you. Your newsletter in digital form. Of course, my fingers aren't working. Has the recipe right there, so you can make this your own. I'll email that to you every single Sunday. Just give me your email address. I don't solicit. Don't worry. I promise I'm not like contacting like TJ Maxx and selling your email addresses. Although if they offer me enough money, I still wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would threaten you. I would threaten you with it, but I still wouldn't do it. Don't worry. Hello. Thank you. Good morning. So yeah, I'm gonna ask again. I need some really good ideas for some new series. So right now I'm making Norse gods and goddesses. I'm making holidays, and I'm making pop culture meads. I am well into next year, obviously behind the scenes, and I'm itching. I'm itching to switch the schedule up. So if you have any amazing ideas, now is the time. I have a pen and a notebook. I want to write down some vague ideas and really start honing in. I'm going to ask my local, not my local, but my inner circle of mead guys too. Most who are here already though. And really try to narrow down what the mead schedule will look like next week or next year. So if you have any crazy ideas, I've got some that I want to pitch. I'm not super sold on them. Like 13 Colonies meads I've been doing this year too. I just retired that category. I didn't have a lot of fun doing it. So if you live in the original 13 Colonies, I made I think 9 of the 13 before I finally like closed that one down. There is a playlist for that stuff. Currently, I'm probably going to extinguish that playlist as well, though, and just suck it into the total playlist. But to give you an idea of what some of the other categories have been. Before this year, I used to make meads based off of countries and cultures from all around the world. That's kind of where my actual social media kind of grew and started from. I have some vague ideas to even go back to that series, but I want to get everybody's opinion and, Cleveland, Ohio, it's probably a little colder there than it is here. Right now it is 44 degrees, and I'm happy with that because it's been colder than that. I'm also happy with it because I'm inside and not outside. But the other day it was snowing. It was so awful. It was like 35 degrees. So it was snowing, but it was wet. And then it would rain, and then it would snow again, and it was awful. Nobody has any ideas? I'm begging for ideas. You guys could control the fate of the Old Guides Meaderies series. You can't drink mead at work, though. That's the problem. At least not yet. At least not yet. The topic today is I am taking notes. I would like to change up the mead series and make some new categories. So right now we're doing Norse gods and goddesses. I'm doing holidays, and I'm doing pop culture meads, like your Captain Picard mead that came out yesterday. But I'm looking to move forward. Did you give me one? I didn't see it. I still don't see it. You're gonna have to say it again. I didn't ignore you. I just didn't see it. I am just a social media content creator at this time, but I would like to open a meadery eventually. and sell my mead commercially. It is a good day for brewing. A very good day for brewing. Hello, welcome to the Old Cat's Meadery. I make mead. I would even challenge nobody in the internet makes more mead recipes than I do. Nobody. I am the #1 spot. So if you want to make mead, I give you lots of great ideas. Good morning. Good morning. Dennis, you're driving me nuts here. The last comment I have from you was I was ignoring you. There's no, you have no comments in between those two. I gave you one, you're ignoring it, and then you missed it again. That's all I got from you. I don't. It shouldn't be blocking it. It shouldn't be blocking it. You guys are the admins here. Oh, I see tulip. Okay. Deities. Okay, I'm writing that down. That's a good one. I'll have to do some further research because like I don't know how many I could do that, but I need you suggesting stuff. Silly TikTok. Yeah, usually it gives me a warning that it's blocking stuff though, and I haven't seen any. But I got deities. That's a good one. I love learning about that stuff too. Stuffed potatoes? That sounds fantastic. Try it again, Dennis. Like right now, try it. I'll see if I see it. I'm paying attention. Ancient recipes. I'm afraid that like, and there are few hard to come by. And Danks does that really well. I don't want to come off like as a mimic dude. Yeah, Dennis is either getting blocked or different heritages. So like, I feel like that was a lot of the country and culture, but maybe I could focus it around that. All right. I'm gonna write that down too. I like it. Now we're having fun. Like Dennis, you'll just have to text me. Shoot, you'll just have to text me. Oh, I missed somebody else too. Oh yeah, there is coffee meads. I don't think I have one near me though. I don't. Yeah, I do. Ah, my coffee served me. This one just came out, batch 142, a couple weeks ago. This is my last of my 13 colonies mead, inspired by Rhode Island. They have something called coffee milk there, which is their like state drink. And it is literally you buy coffee flavored syrup and you put it in milk and make it like chocolate milk. They just have coffee flavored milk. That's what it is. I used that syrup and made a mead out of it, and it is the best coffee mead I have ever made. I've made stuff with grounds. I've made stuff with coffee beans. I've tried lots of different stuff. I know Scott's had a lot of success with actually using cold brew, but this one is by far my best one. So the founding fathers, like I did a George Washington mead, and that kind of is what sparked the 13 colonies meads, and I just didn't have a lot of fun doing it. Like people just didn't care about it. It didn't get a lot of traction. I see you saying was I blocked, but I have not seen you suggest anything. I had some fun doing like specifically like the George Washington one, but the 13 colonies ones I was like, oh, at least people from those states will like it, but like it never got in traction, and I got like deflated with it really fast. Yeah, just stop being controversial, dude, and then I'll be able to see your comments. It was a joke. I would have taken it seriously. You're gonna have to text me because now I'm curious. But yeah, different deities from around the world would be a lot of fun. I'm really leaning towards that. I'm really leaning towards that. I like that a lot. Heritages would be a lot of fun too. Mm, good stuff. I'm glad I asked. I'm glad I asked. If you have more, keep them coming. They take a little bit more work. Like when I was doing the countries and cultures, like I was really, really heavy into it. If you go back and watch any of my older stuff, especially some of my like shorter stuff, uh, I got Dennis's text, and yes, that was blocked. Uh, Jesus. Um, different fruits from different regions. That's a good idea. It'd be more broad than like the than the state ones. Oh boy. All right. Anyway, if you watch any of my older stuff, especially I've done a mead every single Saturday since I started this. So batch 143 came out yesterday. Every single Saturday has been a batch. I've never missed a Saturday. But when I was doing the countries and cultures meads, what would lead me up to that was I would order a food and an alcoholic beverage from that country specifically, just to kind of get a palate idea and like a basis of where I wanted to start to inspire me on what mead to make for there. And I had a lot of fun doing it. It was a lot of extra work and a lot of extra money, but I had a lot of fun doing that. I mean, they can't block my speech. So he said stripper names. I should use stripper names. Uh, I mean, that would be hysterical. I don't know if it translate. I might offend some of, you know. I don't think I'd offend anybody actually. It, uh, yeah, it'd offend my wife actually. Well, now I want to do it. Now I want to do it. Candy, cinnamon, jasmine. Oh man, I can't with you guys. Destiny mead. Now we're all sidetracked, Dennis. See what you did? That is funny. That's really funny that like TikTok was scrubbing your comments though. Uh, I mean, I'm willing to do funny meads. I've got some funny ones in the pipeline even. I don't know about stripper ones though. Goodness gracious. I don't use any filters. All I use is time. I don't use any chemicals, filters. I don't use any procedures to speed any of the clarification up. I just use time. This one, this is my mead from that I just came out with yesterday. It's pretty awesome. Not all of them are clear though. Like a good example of that one is this is my peach and plum mead, inspired by the Norse goddess Hel, and yeah, it never clarified. Not all of them are clear. Most of them are, but not all of them. Now I feel like I need a funny category, like to counter, like the deities obviously would not be funny. Now I feel like we need a funny category that's not strippers. Yeah, I've done a couple candies, and I've got a couple in the pipeline. But, Viking Kings. I'm gonna write that down too. I'm gonna write that down. Alright. Not a bad idea. I don't know how many I'd get out of that, or like the variations. There really need to be some like some critical imagination for inspiration. Yeah, that side of it would be a lot of fun. I just like flavor wise. I'd put some thought into that one. The Kingdom Show. All right. Hmm. Good stuff. That's good stuff. I think I am gonna keep the holidays meads because I have so much fun. That's like my favorite category to do. And I've been doing it for a long time, pretty much from the beginning. The beginning was more like accidental. Like if when I was writing the schedule out, I would kind of just roughly play in some of the bigger holidays. Now I try to do at least one a month though, and I have a lot of fun doing that one. And that's something that like pretty much everybody can get behind. That's the other thing I got to think about. Like it's if I do, more specifically something that only a small group of people care about, which I think was what that 13 Colonies meets was, it won't do well. Looney Tunes series. Nobody knows the Looney Tunes anymore. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep the holiday series. The Norse gods and goddesses I'm having a lot of fun with too. I think I've had, from beginning to end, I think there's like 12 or 14 or so that I have plotted. Most, not most, but about half of those are out already. The other half are in progress. Yeah, Looney Tunes. Uh, the expensive exotic honeys. I would say that I wouldn't touch any of those, probably, even with my experience. Like, if you're talking about, like, really expensive stuff, there are some creators out there that have done it. Well, I wouldn't say that. If I was just making traditional meads, I would feel confident enough with my process and experience that I would not waste the honey. But I would say that you definitely need to get some batches on your belt before you throw, like, expensive honeys in the primary. Yeah, the pinker mead. The pinker mead's the only mead that I've ever made that you cannot replicate. Everything else you can replicate. The recipes are free. That recipe was free too, but it used honey from 1994. I still have one bottle of it that I'll probably never open. But yeah, unless you find some honey that has been stored for that long, you cannot replicate that. Out of all the batches I've ever done, though, that's the only one that you can't do. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. You could just, store some honey for the next 30 years. And I hope I'm still making mead at 52 years old in 30 years. But who knows? Hello. Welcome to the All Cats Meeting. We're just chit-chatting about mead, coming out with some awesome ideas. I'm going to start wrapping stuff up. It's almost 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a beautiful Sunday. I hope you get everything you need to get done today. It's probably going to be a busy day for a lot of people. Ramping up to... you heard what I said. Ramping up to Thanksgiving. I do have a Thanksgiving mead coming out this coming Saturday. It's a couple days after Thanksgiving, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then next week, a Norse god mead. You're going to love it. Or goddess. I'm not giving you any hints. Could be either. After that, 3 weeks in a row, Yule mead, Christmas mead, New Year's mead. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're starting off next year with a banger with a really awesome pop culture batch that I'm very excited about. And very nervous about, to be honest with you. Yeah, excuse me, Dennis and Corey. Very rude. Very rude. I will be back this coming Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody has the next day off, so you can put your pajama pants on, or go pantless, and tune in. I'm going to have a cocktail. I'll try to get on and a little bit earlier than usual. We're going to be racking that cherry lime mead. Should be a lot of fun. And I know I look probably a tad younger, but that would be illegal to drink if that was the case, or make alcohol. So I have to stick to the 22. Yeah, what else I got? Sign up for that newsletter if you haven't already. It's free. I don't solicit your information. I put a lot of work into that, into the background. Because I'm really, really going after some of the community that try to take advantage of us and, charge us for ridiculous amounts of money for silly things. So all of my recipes are free, and that's one way I can deliver it to you for free. If you don't want to sign up for the newsletter, the recipe's still free. It's in the description of the videos every single time. So, with saffron, yes. Yes. A really long time ago. I'm trying to remember. I have to get back to you. That was a really long time ago. Yeah. I can't. It was like at least a couple years ago. I think that's it. I guess I hope you have an amazing Sunday. Go out of your way. Make somebody smile today. It's super important. And yeah, like every video that you see from every creator, not just me, every creator that you see, it makes a world of difference. If you see a video, especially if it's fresh, hit like. It's really important. It really helps out. Comment on it if you really like. And come back next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be live right before Thanksgiving. Having a lot of fun. So, can't wait. I'll see you then. Skull, thank you so much for letting me be here. I'll see you soon.